morning though, Xavier. Kanban
It's morning somewhere, Adam.
So
Go
you know
fuck yourself.
when I do this, that means they can't see us until I give us the thing. So everything you say before then, they just jump into the middle of a conversation. Anyway, welcome back to the Carlo Martino Show, starring Mark Zantz and his three plucky foreigners. I'm your host, completely fucked. How's it going today, everybody?
I'm doing all right.
How's it going, John Smith?
Doing better.
Adam, can you your camera?
I can see.
We don't want to scare the women away with your mighty chest here. Ah, Kyle subscribed. Thank you, Kyle.
But I have lost weight.
Our dear Byrick Ash will not be joining us tonight, unfortunately, but we've got everybody else. So so far so good.
It's okay. Xavier boiled eggs for everybody. They're his second favorite snack next to grapes.
I have yet to combine the two for obvious reasons.
Those are both a very specific shape.
Do you just like ovoid snacks, Xavier?
Perhaps.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm saying...
But I am saying when we used to play at home before COVID, that Xavier would absolutely decimate any grapes I put out.
To be fair, you and Anai put out an amazing spread, like with the brie and the grapes and those crackers. That shit's amazing.
Yeah.
I made some holes in those rolls of brie, and I make no apologies about that.
I know they're out there for everybody to enjoy. Obviously, I just noticed that Xavier eyes go straight to the grapes when they're out.
Not yet, John, but that brings us to a very relevant point. Who wants to recap the previous session?
I don't even remember. Hey, I'm not done.
All right, well, let me...
Did we resurrect a guy?
Yes.
Xavier brought his cousin back from the dead, promptly dumped him onto Mark Zantz, despite not being fired.
Adam brought his cousin back from the dead.
Yeah, that's why Adam brought his cousin back in the dead, and he decided, here, Zantz, this is your son.
Holy shit, Adam is frozen. That's not on my end.
That's just on Adam.
Adam, can you hear us?
He moved, but now it's just the biggest smile.
He's so happy.
Oh no, reality returned, and now he's yeah, but it looks like you're asleep.
Yes, I can hear you.
Sleepy Adams of the chat.
So really, it's just a preview for later. Well, Adam,
let's continue and then this.
Oh,
there he is.
Hey.
I see nothing. I hear nothing.
There's only.
Anyway. I am.
Am I alive?
There we go.
Well, am I awake?
Boy, our personal technocracy agent is all over us again tonight. Well, in the meantime, let me fill you in on what has transpired. Hence, Carlo Martino reawakened his cousin Alfredo into unlife. Promptly dropped him on Mark Zantz, who took over the role of surrogate father. Jabril had been helping Salvatore quell some uprisings in his area. And Mark, I believe, was working on getting some real estate papers drawn up for Dracula.
I was trying to diablerize my meal, but I kept getting rudely interrupted.
Oh, John, that's not going to go well for you, buddy. Just tap out while you have the chance. How's it going, honey? Okay, I think unless anyone can remind me of any salient issues that we have dangling, I think I've reached a good point where we can just end the night and begin the next. Any objections?
I'm gonna finish that snack I brought back from McNeil's.
Done deal.
Does he have any... I'm assuming he was a Bruja, so I'm assuming... Well, I guess I shouldn't assume what he was.
Ooh, I know. We'll make it interesting. God damn it, Adam. Also, why am I the only one that's shifting? Does Discord know something that I don't? Hang on, can I fix this?
Am I live now? I think it was because I was connecting to the wrong Wi-Fi router dealio.
Oh, that'll do it.
Now it should be good.
I appreciate that Discord shout out, John.
We cannot see you at all, so you might have to turn on your camera.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have to do that still. There you go.
Yusuf is having a good night. Apparently, he's playing Yakuza while watching some tabletop.
Woo! And all without a table.
Yeah, Josh, let's make this interesting. Why don't you roll a d10 for me? And again, I'm not looking for success or fail. I just want to know what you get.
11.
10.
Ooh. Roll again.
9.
He's a caitiff.
Ooh, okay.
So
you pick any 3 disciplines you want.
No, I didn't say that. But the significance of the 10 is that he will have one uncommon discipline to his name. So let's
Flight.
What do you think is the most interesting?
Flight. None.
I've already had flight. That character is
Fleshcraft.
dead. Oh, that would make my life so easy if he had fleshcraft.
I'll say he had Auspex, he had Celerity, and for his 3rd discipline, lay it on me. Give me some suggestions. What do you guys think is the most interesting discipline this guy could have?
I will not say anything as I do not wish to influence the potentiality.
Let's see.
He had Bardo. Where did he get that?
What's a fun one? You want to give him Serpentis?
Necromancy. Double up on it.
Monshat in 2010, how's it going? I do believe it's been a while.
So far, Visceratica, Bardo, and Protean Daimoinen.
Well, Daimoinen
no.
actually requires a demonic pact, which
Yeah.
could be interesting fuel. Protean's interesting. Serpentis is also interesting.
Valerian.
Melpomene.
Nah, Kyle's got Melpomene. Melpomene is his thing.
I mean, I'll share.
Josh can't overlap on 2 people's special disciplines. Now, with Adam, it's okay because he's technically a better necromancer. But
For now.
I mean,
You know what? Fuck it.
he and I could have a telephone service. We just bleed ourselves dry
I-
talking to each other.
what were you going to say, X?
Oh, sure. He's like, yes, Yusuf, give him Valoran.
Speak
Vizier
to me.
Quietus.
Wayfarer.
Ooh. Quietus
That's
is an interesting one. I'm good for Quietus if he wants. Let's go with that. Josh, we'll give you the decision. Would you rather him have Protean, Quietus, or Serpentis?
That's a tough one. It's definitely between Protean and Quietus.
I'm
I
on
can
chat,
teach
and
you
I
both.
do my damnedest to try and remember everybody. When I say you guys matter a lot, you really do. So, hopefully people understand that. I appreciate everybody that comes in here.
I guess I will take Protean if that's an option.
Do it.
And I will spend the XP when I next get the chance.
And then you can see in the dark.
Unlike the rest of you losers.
We still need flashlights.
Yeah, Yusuf, you have no idea how bad I want somebody to have thaumaturgy, but you need a tutor for thaumaturgy, and that's one of the things. Like thaumaturgy can be latent in the blood, right? But you need somebody to actually teach you how to use it, and that's how the paths come in, and it's a mess. All right. So, if there's no objections, I'm going to go ahead and end the night. So everybody go ahead and spend your blood points as you reawaken.
Oh, no, he said that like, that's a quick stream, Chaz.
I had no blood, I died.
I believe Klaus is currently at Humanity 7.
Yeah.
Carlo, what's your humanity?
Looks like it's 5.
Oof. And yet I'm not surprised. Mark, are you still on humanity, or are you powering the inner voice yet?
No, I have no tutors, so I'm still on the path of humanity. I'm at humanity 6.
Okay. In which case, Klaus, you are the first to awaken tonight. Where have you laid your head?
Somewhere in Zance's manor.
Is Zance aware of this?
Nah.
I fell asleep in the piano.
In the piano room?
In the piano.
Even though I did not take shared domain as a background, I have allowed the use of my mansion.
You just have a communal haven. You're almost the archbishop at this point.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to make anyone.
Klaus, the vitae thrums once throughout your system. You feel the pulse reaching to the ends of your extremities and then bouncing back. Your eyes flutter open, your lungs reflexively draw breath. The taste of stale air and dust. Your eyes flicker open. And as you emerge from the piano, you meet the eyes of an elderly cleaning lady, holding her feather duster aloft as she just stares in stock silence for a moment. Monshatten, you're awesome, and thank you, unless that's our dear friend Hot Trash Gaming again, in which case you are awesome, and also thank you. What do you do, Klaus?
You're used to this, right? Saying to the cleaning lady.
She sort of mutters to herself about knowing when not to say anything, and she will make a point of turning her back to you and going to dust in a completely different corner of the room.
That's.
You think you have more Fuda than Raven. Bold claims. Bold claims.
I will get up, stretch out a little bit. Time to get me a snack. So I'm going to call up one of my henchmen to come get me.
Do you want Ivan or Haruka?
We'll go Haruka. Haven't seen her in a bit.
Okay. She informs you she's on her way. And you hang up the phone. Mark, at this point, you awaken. How do you begin your day?
I think the usual way. I kind of brush off my clothes, put on one of my suits as I get out of my. I don't think I would sleep in a suit, just because that even if I don't move, I'd be worried about it getting wrinkled. So I imagine switch from my satin night clothes into my actual day suit, and get Virginia and tell her, basically go over the night's plans.
All right. As you open the door to retrieve Virginia, you can very clearly hear the voice of Klaus von Blittersdorf on the phone downstairs. Most likely to your surprise.
Easy up all my minutes.
I don't think minutes are a thing yet.
Or whatever. Or collect call? I don't know what the...
No, if he dials long distance, that's something else. No.
He bankrupts... I
don't know if you can...
Thank you. I have to fix that zombie. It bothers me so much that we have the default zombie, but I never think about it when I've got the time to actually do something about it.
I don't know if you can bankrupt 8 dots, Adam. That might literally be too big to fail.
Jesus.
You can try.
Carlo Martino can do it. No, I don't want to do it though. He's gonna have to build myself my own empire somehow.
Say, well, that's one of the things on tonight's docket that needs to be taken care of. I don't know if I have a bell or how I summon Virginia. I feel like the bell is too rich asshole, despite the fact that I am a Ventru. Being a Ventru of a mixed heritage, coming from a poor background.
If you are the sort to wake up at a certain time every night, you could just arrange it so that she knows to meet you at your door.
I'll go with that. That's probably the less douchey of options.
All right, as you
Oh,
open your bedroom door, you find Virginia standing there waiting dutifully. Master Zance, were you aware you had company last night?
No, but it doesn't surprise me.
I didn't think so. Should I escort him from the premises?
No, I'm sure he'll be leaving of his own accord soon enough. There's much business that needs to be attended to. It's going to be an exciting couple of nights.
You more than have my attention.
Well, so far I do believe we have the meeting with the IRS agent. I have an actor's screening I have to go to. What do you call that? A casting. There we go. I have a casting I have to oversee.
I fielded a phone call from a gentleman earlier this afternoon who was wishing to know if you wanted a black sofa. The significance was lost on me.
No, not that kind of casting. Where I'm going to be funding a war movie. And I personally want to be involved in the selection of an authentic casting for the lead role.
Very
Speaking
well.
of
As
which,
she produces a docket and begins scribbling things down.
in addition to that, I do believe I had to go meet a man from some kind of chicken empire.
A
In order
chicken
to,
empire. She raises her eyebrows.
yes, a Mr. Tyson. I need to buy his mansion in order to use it to give to, let's say, a significant ally in the future.
All right.
Many of these things I'll be able to attend to myself, obviously, but there is one thing I need you to start putting into motion when morning arrives.
Of course. You have only to name it.
Well, you see, I plan on making a big move to the financial district. I need to see about procuring a skyscraper within the financial district. I don't know if any are currently in construction or any businesses that are looking to sell or perhaps about to go bankrupt.
I would say that I know as well as you do. All three of those are entirely up to you, Master.
But we'll be moving operations and, well, Virginia, you served me well and I have continued use of your employment, but I do believe I need to expand my circle of help. I want you to set up a scholarship for a very specific group of people.
A scholarship, you say? And she will scribble furiously.
I want you to put out a full 4-year university scholarship to any of the business schools within the city, dorm included, for anybody who is able to win an essay contest relating their experiences in the internment camps here in the U.S. during the war.
So this
Oh,
would
man.
be a essay contest for Japanese students?
Well, Japanese, Chinese, they all regrettably were put together despite their different backgrounds, but I want somebody who is familiar with hardship, somebody who has seen the worst and has still managed to pull themselves out of it to make themselves better.
Very well. And when did you want the deadline for this?
Give it 2 weeks.
I'll
need
do
somebody.
believe we should have some contacts in the educational areas of town. I will put out the word. It should be done by morning.
If you have to go through Greta Lee, she's one of my more educated contacts. I suppose it doesn't have to be business school. Anybody also relating to the fields of computers or mathematics would also be a suitable choice. And she is likely to be able to pinpoint any prospective help in that matter.
How to put this tactfully, Master, but do the demographics of former internment prisoners and business school students tend to overlap?
No. Well, that's why I'm broadening it to anybody. Let's say anybody who's not applying to a liberal arts degree.
Okay, you mentioned, now this is me, the storyteller, talking to you. You mentioned Greta Lee as one of your contacts.
Yes, I have.
Okay, I don't believe we've actually, discussed her before, so just, let me know about her a little bit.
She's a mathematician who works with rockets at JPL.
And what is JPL?
Jet Propulsion Labs. Likely a student I met through when I was hanging out with my buddy Jack Parsons. Oh, how is that being rude? I'm fine with liberal arts majors. Mark Zantz might want a specific kind of person.
Why not go into STEM field?
I myself have a liberal arts degree. The joke is not lost on me.
Yeah, but you have one of the more useful.
Shall
which
I
one of
attempt
those-
to contact Greta tonight, or would you rather have me wait for morning?
Go ahead and wait till morning. She's not as much of a... Actually, she might be as much of a night owl.
Very well,
you know who
in
else
which
you can
case
get?
I'll work on securing us a skyscraper.
Do find something with a good view of the city. If the business is going bankrupt, buy it out and fire everybody if you have to.
Very well, anything else you'd have me see to tonight?
No. Which one of those seems seems easiest to get to first? I say, trying to give an in to my storyteller.
LA in the 50s. Well, like I said, I mean, you're Mark Zantz. You squeeze people out through the IRS for fun. So it's not a question of what's easiest for the storyteller. It's a question of what does Mark actually want to do. Are you interested in squeezing out a business rival? Then we could bankrupt a company. If you just want to find a skyscraper under construction, we can make that happen. In which case we can get in at the ground level, influence it, and you can tell me about any specific secret constructions you'd like to have added on. That sounds cool.
I would probably go more for a skyscraper currently in construction that hasn't been fully rented out yet.
Are you going to be the Batman?
That's what I was kind of thinking. Like, Zantz is going to get his Batcave.
I don't know about
Uh,
Batman. But who's the Batman from the evil universe? Is it Owlman?
Oh
yeah.
boy. If you haven't kept up with comics, there's a whole fucking dark multiverse. Just pick one.
I know about the Dark Multiverse. I'm talking about the original one with not the Justice League. What do they call it? The Anti-Justice something?
I know the one you're talking about. Wasn't it like the Injustice League or no, the Justice Society?
Yeah, it might be the Injustice League.
No, Injustice League is fucking Bizarro World. I think it's like the Justice Society of America or something. I never actually watched that animated series, although I did like the rest of the DCAU.
I just remember, at least in Justice League Unlimited, there's at least one episode where they fight the evil counterparts.
Yeah, I remember that one. I think it's a two-parter, actually.
Yeah.
Okay,
thought they were talking about
skyscraper
the
in
movie.
construction. We will get you one.
And I will buy out or murder anybody who tries to buy it out from under me.
Ooh, I sense a story hook. All right. Carlo. The moment we've all been waiting for. So on the previous night, you do have Herd 2, yes?
I heard. Yes.
Yes. Yes, he has. For how many episodes?
Since the very beginning. Yeah.
For 2 years.
So you took your cousin Alfredo to go feed from the herd. With 2 dots of herd, that's 7 vessels, which means you can take a grand total of 14 dots to split between you and Alfredo without seriously injuring anybody. Now, if you want to seriously injure one of your vessels, we could talk about that.
No, I
But
don't
you might
think-
be risking a dot.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I'm good.
So how are you going to divide
Well,
last night's take?
Carlo's probably just taking enough, like just 2 dots to get him functional, or like, because I gave him 3, right?
Did you?
Or how much? I think I gave him. Yeah, I
Holy
think I
shit,
gave.
do we still not have a character sheet for Alfredo?
Nope.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were talking about how to actually make the Martinos on the last episode. Huh. I forgot. Okay, we'll try and get that wrapped up and taken care of.
Yes.
Yeah, if you wanna say you gave him 3, maybe you're a little hazy on when it actually happened. Maybe you guys swapped some fluids during the weird blood orgy with the masochists. But
Remember
that's
you-
totally cool.
Remember I gave him 3 whenever I first awakened him to satisfy
Yeah.
his hunger.
Okay,
And
I
then
mean, I don't remember, but I'll take your word for it. That's fine.
Yeah. That's what
I do
memory
remember
serves. So I'll just take like 2 back and then have him like get whatever he needs to stay awake. Like get 5 dots from one of each kind of.
Okay. So that's gonna put him pretty close to full. I mean, he's Gen 8, so he's got some room, but he's basically pretty juiced.
Yeah.
So where did you lay your head when the sun was beginning to rise?
Probably my apartment because I don't trust the mansion still.
Excellent. So again, Carlo, as has happened for going on 12 years. Wow. Wow, you're still a neonate. I think you're actually a step before that. Like you're not even, you're barely like considered a real boy to vampires. Anyway.
Why do they give you so much shit?
Anyway. You go from the complete nothingness of oblivion, the sensationless void of the grave, and once again, like flipping on a switch, you feel the vitae recede from you, and the world comes into being once again as if it materializes from the formless stuff of dreams. Your joints go from stiff to numb to functional. Your vision returns slowly, your hearing, your smell. And the first thing that greets you is an overpowering, overwhelming stench of blood. And there's a sound of
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I actually fucked up my throat doing that. What do you do?
I'm like, 5 more minutes. It's getting on. It's getting.
Spend willpower, sleep through the night. Fuck it, I don't want to drink.
Isn't that a flaw you can take where well, like most vampires no longer experience being tired physically anymore? But I think you can take a flaw where you wake up still feeling tired despite no longer technically needing sleep.
You're 100% right, Yusuf, but there is like a chart in V20 somewhere that I can't be fucked to find. That I think it's like up to 10 years. Like you're not even considered a real person. Like your fire can still kill you, and then like I think it's up to 20 years or something, you're a neonate, and then once you hit 200 years, you're an ancilla. Like that's what I'm referring to. So he, like in the eon-spanning view of ageless immortal monsters, he's just a wee little lad. Okay, what do you do, Carlo?
I opened one eye to see who's throwing up on my floor, or possibly toilet. I don't know.
Or
So-
possibly toilet.
Where did you have Alfredo sleep the previous night? Did he share your bedroom with you? Or was he on the couch?
Probably like after we got our blood and waking up before the sunrise. I just probably put him in the closet, like here, rest here.
You shove him in the closet, close the door? Okay.
Yeah, just like you're just lay in there, man. And then I just went to my coffin and then knocked out.
Do you
Then the
actually
sunrise-
sleep in a coffin? This whole time I imagine Carlo Martino had like an actual bed, but like,
Well,
that's such a if you have like an actual Dracula coffin, that's such a Carlo thing to do. It's up to
I
you.
think he has a coffin under the bed or something.
So he's
so
got
that way-
bunk beds.
Yeah, a bunk bed.
How do you if you have the coffin under the bed? When you are
It's a
in the
raised bed.
coffin, how do you get the coffin out from under the bed to get out of the coffin?
He just shimmies it.
Carlo doesn't think things through. He just does.
All right, Adam, you shimmy your way out from underneath the bed.
I think I like to imagine like there's a I just like it's like on an incline. So I just like slide my way out to the bottom of it. Like there's still a hole on the bottom of the coffin. So I just slid my way out to the bottom.
Okay. If it's on an incline, how do you not slide out when you're sleeping?
I know not to.
Ha ha ha.
I'm about to dig a rabbit hole of really stupid questions, so we're just gonna. Okay.
Like do you fall off the bed when you're sleeping now? It doesn't work anymore, really. You've learned how to sleep like a functional person.
Carlo slides out from his inclined coffin underneath his bed. Ah, neat. I don't know who looked that up, but thank you.
No, that was me. I forgot I'm still logged into CAFCON.
Oh yeah, the XP.
It's still dark in your bedroom at the moment. However, the door to your closet is cracked open. The entrance/egress of your bedroom is cracked open. Beyond that, you can see the kitchen light is on. And that is where this overwhelming stench of blood is coming from.
I go investigate. But I probably know who it is.
Carlo, what do you think is in your fridge at any given point?
Ketchup. This reminds me of blood.
Okay. So, as you emerge from the bedroom, you can actually, why don't you give me a perception alertness difficulty 7? to see exactly how much you notice.
One moment, please. Elevator music plays in the background. Just kidding.
Speaking of elevator music, we forgot Yusuf's Roll20 music. Josh, delight us with something about a well-known 20th century author that we probably don't know.
Well-known 20th century. All this, you have paralyzed me with just how many there are. I'll go with Ernest Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway actually lost all of the writings from his early writing career when he was moving. I forgot exactly when, but it was his first big move. So he had all of his writing in a briefcase that he was going to take with him to where he was moving. And on that train ride, his briefcase was lost. So all of Ernest Hemingway's first writings were completely lost to history.
Was this before or after they were published?
This is before. So like all of the first stuff he ever wrote from like the time he was like a young man to like before his first stuff got published, it's all gone.
Wow. Somebody that briefcase still exists somewhere. It's in a fucking storage unit or up in Nana's attic somewhere. But somebody has like some fucking weird treasure from the fucking wow.
20s.
Or someone stole it.
Well, he wasn't even close to being well known at the time. But I say that to so many people who think that I think the interesting or perhaps relevant kind of lesson you can take from it is that if you feel like all your early writing isn't good, know that all the stuff in that briefcase could have absolutely just been total crap. And we might have been done a huge favor by him losing it.
HTG, how's it going, buddy?
And never having to see a famous author's first beginning works where he hadn't fully mastered the craft yet. So if you feel like you're not quite there, don't despair.
Just lose all your work and then you can become ready again, but better this time.
Adam, how'd you do on the roll?
Was it a difficulty 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm making the roll now. Yeah, 2 successes.
Okay. You notice 3 things, and the first thing is quite obvious. Alfredo is sort of bent over, doubled over on the kitchen floor, an open bottle of ketchup on one hand, just heaving blood onto your floor. But
put a boot under him.
What?
I was gonna say put a boot under him and make him boot and rally.
The Australian thing, yeah.
It's a frat boy thing. If you throw up your booze, you're supposed to put a boot under the person and make them drink it so they don't waste the alcohol.
That's
Jesus
fucking
Christ,
vile.
frats are disgusting.
Now, as you walk out to, I suppose, intercept Alfredo, a breeze catches your skin. The cold night air ekes its way into your apartment, mitigating the stench of blood somewhat. And as you turn in that direction, your window is open. And you don't recall leaving that one open. Directly before the window, on your kitchen table, rests an envelope you're damn sure was not there before. It's a very fine black velvet envelope. The lip of the envelope terminates with this trail of lace that winds in this intricate pattern, and at the very tip weaves into the picture of a skull. What's up, Yorkie?
Like damn junk mail? Just kidding, that.
Damn junk.
Tosses it out the window.
I didn't want to be to Hogwarts anyway.
The fucking black hand. We know what you did.
Well, first I'm just gonna stop my cousin from throwing up on the floor because I can't afford it to get it cleaned yet. It's gonna smell bad for the rest of the...
I love that that's Carlo's reason. I can't afford to clean the floors.
Yeah. I'm gonna just push him to the restroom. So he just does it there.
Oh,
First things first, and then
oh Jesus, Carlo, I feel like shit, Carlo. Oh my God, how old is this ketchup?
It's probably 12 years old by now.
No!
But ketchup doesn't expire, don't you know? It's just like a vampire.
Oh God, something was in it. I just had a little bit and oh my God. I couldn't keep it down, Carl. I'm sorry. Give me a dexterity athletics to step out of the way.
No. Okay. Okay, you got 2 successes.
Okay, so you narrowly dodge a ray of projectile vomit that splatters across the tile wall of your bathroom.
I just lean his head toward the toilet. Here, just do your business here.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Quit making it difficult here.
He wraps his arms around the toilet like a long-lost lover and just heaves.
Does Carlo know how to stop the...
You gotta keep it down. Come on.
Does he know how to make it stop? I think he's just got to puke up what he tried to eat of the ketchup. Unfortunately, there's a lot of blood coming up with it.
How much ketchup did you have?
I don't know, man. There was nothing else in your fridge. I was looking for breakfast. Sometimes you never eat ketchup. Look, I've been to college. You I guess you didn't go to college, but all you had in that fridge was ketchup. Apparently, you can't tell me you don't just eat ketchup.
I've had to do some stuff, man. Yeah.
I've had some stuff in my mouth before. I understand.
Hashtag just Martino thing.
Keep it down.
He sort of wipes the last trail of blood from his lip. Breathes deeply. Oh, I think I'm okay. Sorry about your kitchen. And your bathroom. And the floor.
In the closet?
I think some of it got under one of the doors. I'm not sure where. But, I don't know, man. I think you're gonna be fine for a week. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, someone knows where I live now, so I'll probably find a new place anyway. Can I, examine the envelope?
Beautiful
Holy-
envelope.
While he's throwing up?
Absolutely high quality. Like, you can tell that this isn't just, this isn't like everyday stationery. There's a special occasion sitting on your kitchen table right now.
Do I sense any necromancy in it? Or...
How would you do that?
use my, let's call it my sepulchre eyes to see if there's, I don't know, any ghost,
Okay.
a ghost presence.
Going ghost.
Yeah.
So you sort of shift your senses over to the Shadowlands. And no, there doesn't appear to be any disciplines inlaid upon it. There doesn't appear to be any forces at work. It is, for all intents and purposes, just an envelope. It's just an extraordinarily nice envelope. You feel it, and it's this lovely, soft, almost like a crushed velvet. Your hands glide over it. It's a genuine treat just to hold it.
It's probably the most nicest thing I own now. Damn. Thanks, Hogwarts. Yeah. Just. I guess I'll just open it though. Kill the suspense. Open the envelope and see what it says.
You slide your finger underneath the lip.
Ooh,
It opens with a pop.
Oh.
senpai.
Pop, pop.
Inside is a bit of stationery that you don't recognize. It's almost illuminated in the way that an old medieval monk's parchment might be. There's sort of red and blue swirls that slowly fade into a gradient of purple, then gray, then finally black. Rose petals trailing down the whole way as they wither and fade, becoming blackened husk towards the bottom. And there's a simple message written on it. It says, "Midnight at the family house. Family only. Signed IG."
Instagram. I know. Do I remember who IG is? Or
Politics.
not existent.
Then you have no fucking idea.
Ignacio Giovanni.
Ignatius, Ingrid, Emilia, Italian.
The Italian Giovanni.
Italian Giovanni. Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, IG. It could also be the Irish Giovanni.
Oh God.
They
What are
don't.
they
Don't they
called?
have an? Don't they? Yeah. Don't they have an Irish bloodline?
Yeah, the
Dunsern.
Dunsern, there we go. But now they get their own representation.
And what time is it right now?
It's probably early in the night. We'll say probably about 7. So you've got a whole 5 hours before the scheduling. Let's go to Jabril.
Yay!
So as I said, Jabril, most of what happened with you was downtime as you met with Salvador, helped him clear his area of dissidence, and he currently has agreed to owe you a boon. Let's call it, if we're gonna use proper vampire parlance, we'll call it a major boon. Why not?
Ooh. It's good to have that.
There are no harpies in town necessary to mark that down, so it's more of a gentleman's agreement, but you don't think Sal would screw you over.
Yeah.
Until he does.
That's fair.
But you know where Sal lives. He knows that you know. And he knows that you do.
He knows I know where he lives.
And he knows that you know Murphy Fierro. And what Murphy Fierro can do to a man's house.
Alright. Well, I don't know. I guess after the events of last night, I probably just went home.
Alright, then that is where you awaken. As the Vitae stirs once more, you find yourself in the Spiritual Enlightenment Center. It's peaceful, it's dark, it's quiet. Almost too quiet. It raises your hackles for a second. But then you realize, no? This is what normal is, or at least supposed to be, for the first time in quite a few nights. There's not an attack, there's not riots happening, there's not, unsanctioned vampires storming across the streets.
This is nice.
For the first time in a while, everything's peaceful.
Well then. I'll greet my master for the night.
You probably awaken before Jabril, or not before Zahid. Zahid is probably a
Do
truly
I?
ancient creature.
I
Or
thought it
he's
was
old,
based
he
off
likes to
your
sleep
path
in.
ratings.
Sorry?
Oh, I thought it was based off your path ratings.
It gets a little fuzzy once you're not in humanity anymore. I'm just
Well, I
assuming
thought
that...
in B20 they simplified it to just be path ratings.
Here's an idea. Let's just go with what you want to do. So if you want Zahid to be awake, you can be awake. Or he can be awake.
I mean, if he's not, I'll just like...
Give him a kiss on the forehead.
Morning, Daddy.
And just be like, I love you, Papa.
Pep, pep.
Well, I usually...
I'll just go with my regular duties before
Which
heading
include?
out for the night. Well, I like to have a clean space. So if there's anything a little dirty, I'm just like, let's clean that up. Well, there's no dishes to do for some reason. But we have them.
Just in case.
In case guests
Yeah,
come over and you need to serve them some hot water from the sink or something.
Yes. Height of culinary excellence. Warm water.
And then of course there's my laundry that requires an excessive amount of bleach.
All right. And once your chores are done for the evening, what does Jabril set out to do?
Well, go to the bounty board. I'm sorry, request board and see if anybody needs anything done. And if not, I'll go see what my friends are doing.
Right now, you are on a rare day of unprecedented peace. The streets are quiet. There is nothing that will summon your attention away from your own designs. So who would you like to contact?
Well, Zance is the obvious answer. Because even if he's not there, then I'll be told to know to where he is.
Okay. Mark, as you wake your way down your staircase, the phone begins to ring. One of your servants will, of course, go to answer it and bring it in your direction on a platter, as I'm sure was done. Mr. Zance, a Mr. Jones for you.
Jabril?
Yes, sir.
Mark.
Can I help you with something?
Donkey. Hello, Mark. How does the evening find you?
Busy as usual. I have a city to take over.
Are the others with you?
I do believe Klaus has relieved himself of my home.
Don't miss me too much.
Byrick is likely at his haven doing who knows what, or currently putting a Mauser between somebody's eyeballs. And who knows what Carlo's gotten up to.
I do worry about him. His actions the past couple nights have been, erratic and extreme.
He's merely finding his own place in the world. I'm not sure how things work in your clan, but at least I believe in the Giovanni and the Ventru. One has a neonate tends to be at the bottom of a rung where shit constantly gets kicked down.
No, I understand all too well the problems with hierarchies.
Which is why I take them down.
You can't prove that, John Smith.
I have to imagine that the werewolves knew what... they know the stakes when they go into battle, right? It's a battle. So, well, I don't know if Xance has contacted Joseph since. Their terms have not gotten any worse. They killed a crap ton of vampires that were starting shit and moving onto their territory, and that's more or less what they asked of Xance. So,
Want to get rid of the vampires? I'm gonna put them all in one place, and you do with that what you will.
Well, I have the evening free from distractions if you currently need my assistance with anything.
Do you know anything about picking people for movie castings?
Like Bela Lugosi?
Here's your can.
No. I'll tell you what. You know how to recognize a man of combat, yes?
Oh, yes. I can see into them, what they've done, how it's
And then-
affected them.
Then I might find your pair of eyes useful if you wish to come along.
For my spilt milk.
Very well. I will make my way over.
okay. Back to Klaus. Klaus. Haruka pulls up to Xance's doorstep. You recognize the car immediately as it approaches. She will step out, hold the door open for you. Master?
Ah, excellent. Haruka, I need to get something to eat.
I had thought as much, sir. What shall we say is on the menu tonight?
Something quick. Something nearby.
I am always more than happy to oblige if the need arises. And she will extend her own wrist in your direction.
Let's take a spin around and see if we find anything, I don't know, fun?
She looks almost hurt as you reject her blood, but she buries it well. Very well, as you insist.
Come now, girl. I need you strong and fit. If I keep weakening you down all the time, you're not going to serve me much good.
I suppose that's true. Where would you like me to go tonight?
Let's just take a spin around. Maybe we find something interesting.
Okay. So she's going to
I don't
start
know.
driving, and currently you're in the Hollywood Hills where the rich people are. Do you direct her to go elsewhere, or is she just cruising around the area?
I think cruising around the area might be fun.
Okay. And what are you looking for?
I guess someone out where they're not supposed to be. Maybe somewhere with an alleyway.
Well, you're in the Hollywood Hills,
Right.
so I guess technically everyone here is a colonist.
True. I'm maybe there's a hobo running around. Maybe there's some dumb person trying to spy in on the mansion.
Ooh. Here's an interesting idea. Okay. Klaus has survival, does he not?
Yeah.
Survival is used for tracking prey. Let's go with an intelligence survival roll. And we'll call it a difficulty 7, given your current environment is probably not something that Klaus is 100% used to hunting in.
3 successes.
3. Okay. Haruka takes a few detours, circling the neighborhood, going around mansions, up and down the back streets and around properties. When all of a sudden, in the deep darkness, maybe even a mile ahead, you catch a flash of something your mortal eyes never would have seen. Your eyes, so finely supernaturally attuned, the natural auspex just kicks on for just a second. As, well, you're not even really sure if you see it or if it's just an image in your mind, but you can clearly make out what looks like two men running through the darkness on the inside of a fence. You're not quite certain who owns the property they're running across. But if you're looking for somebody who doesn't look like they are where they should be, that would be number one.
It's for me.
Haruka, being just a ghoul, probably hasn't noticed these people yet.
Guess I'll have her go up, get closer, quarter mile away. It's like, turn off the lights, keep going, and you're gonna stop at the house or that building up ahead.
Hey, Helwyn, Drax, Umbre, how's it going? She kills the lights. Dutifully, the car rumbles forward, sliding like a ghost through the fog, till eventually it comes to a rest. At the very... well, you said you wanted a quarter mile away? Done deal. Quarter mile away from where the fence begins to section off the property.
And I guess I wouldn't be able to tell because they're far away. But yeah, I'm gonna make my way towards them, or at least where I more or less know where they are.
Are you trying to be particularly sneaky? Do you want to be seen? How are you making your approach?
Obfuscated.
Ooh, always a good choice. Okay, I would like a dexterity athletics roll at a difficulty 8 to see if you can make it over the fence without breaking obfuscate.
Two successes.
Not bad. With practiced grace and a supernatural stillness, you're at the top of the fence at once and slowly sliding down the other side with nary a whisper. As you approach, there are two men dressed in black. They've slid something out of what looks like a duffel bag and begin working at the latch on the back door. They don't look calm, per se. But the one doing most of the heavy lifting seems to have masked it with his veneer of determination. The other one, standing behind him, eyes wide, constantly scanning the perimeter, looks like he's ready to bolt at any moment.
It's the one with the eyes wide. So one's looking at the door, one's eyes wide, right?
Yeah, one's like very determined, fiddling with the door, and you can tell from his motions that he's probably not entirely in control of himself. Like he's freaking out a little bit, but he's trying to keep his eyes on the prize. The other guy's ready to break it. Just slightest provocation. A bunny rabbit running through the grass will probably get him.
All right. I want the one playing lookout. I want to hit him with some.
Hit him with some passion.
Yeah, to remove his fear.
Roll it.
Three successes.
So for 1 minute, he goes from nearly bug-eyed, his eyes darting left and right, like a frightened puppy. All of a sudden, he draws a breath, exhales, and nods to himself. Sort of rolls his shoulders and leans back. Looks at the horizon much more casually. Maybe will even seem to drift off a little bit, if he allows himself.
Hmm. So I wanted.
Wow, I feel like I'm not nerdy enough to get Yusuf's reference, although I kind of wish I was. I've always wanted to watch Star Trek, but it's never one of the things I've jumped into. I hope that's a good thing.
Lost your nerd card, Chaz. No, just kidding. No, I watch Star Trek. There's too much. You've lost your nerd card. Just kidding. No, that's too much to watch this Star Trek.
Yeah.
I want to position. Well, I want to position myself closer to them, but I don't know if there's like a corner I can hunch around or like a bush I can hide behind.
Yeah, we'll say sure. So there's probably these like Corinthian columns holding up the I don't know what you'd call it, the patio, the secondary terrace. So you could probably slip behind. Are you trying to position yourself like sort of between them and the door?
Are they at a door?
They're working at the back door, yes.
Oh. Well, I mean, between them and the door would be in between them? What? If they're at... I'm lost in your position.
What do you want, Kyle? Let's
I'm just trying to get closer, but not be in their line of sight for my obvious gate goes.
Easily done.
Okay. So the one at the door, I want to just start humming a song at him using my what is it? My missing voice.
Interesting. So all of a sudden, you see what song would you like to hum to him?
Farajaka. Why not? That one sounds like Farajaka.
So the tools stop working at the latch. He says, "Hey, cut that shit out." The other one, the lookout, turns back. What? You're fucking like whistling or something. Shut the fuck up. Somebody's gonna catch us. I didn't do nothing. Well, then you fought in music. I don't give a shit. Just shut the fuck up so I can concentrate. The lookout just sort of shrugs and turns back.
I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Eventually, the guy at the door is gonna sort of not to throw down, but very forcefully place his tools on the ground. I told you to shut up. You're gonna get us caught. And he'll shove the guy heavily in the chest, who, still under the effects of your passion. I don't understand what the problem is, as it does seem to be a bit of contention is breaking out amongst the two thieves.
I want to pop out. Like, why are you two fighting in the middle of some random person's backyard?
The lookout looks at you, looks you straight in the eyes, and says, "He thinks we're gonna get caught."
Weird.
The original burglar looks back at you, oh shit, and starts running as fast as he can for the fence.
I want to catch him.
Okay. Let's go with... We'll go with dexterity athletics. I don't believe you have celerity, right?
No.
Okay. So yeah, you're just gonna roll dex athletics. If there's no objections, I'm just gonna start taking half for these guys, because I just think it makes things flow so much easier.
What do I need?
Sure. Let's see. Beat 3 successes at a diff 6.
4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. Ties would have gone to the defender, but do you want to how do you get him? Do you want to tackle him? Do you want to grab the back of his collar? Do you want to hunker down and seize his legs?
Guess run up and give him the old like sweep his legs back and push him forward, so he just kind of like face plants.
All right, bam, face plants into the grass. Lookout comes. Hey, what's going on? Is this bad? Should I run?
I'm gonna turn around and hit him with a sleep command. It's like, you should sleep.
The lookout?
Yeah.
But I'm not tired. I just got here. Pow. So Yusuf, I know what rule you're referring to, and normally you would be correct. However, I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm taking the take half rule from V5, just because I think it streamlines things so much, because I don't have to sit there and roll and count up my successes and subtract my one. Just they succeed on half their dice pool at a diff 6. Normally, the ones eating successes rules would cancel that out, but because of our house rule where 10s cancel 1s, the chances are almost negligible. So that's the math I'm going with. Are you okay, Josh? You're looking like really intense right now.
I'm fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Do you have an objection to me using that house rule? Okay, cool.
I am just enjoying the other players right now.
We're all enjoying you, Adam. Everyone is staring at you and judging you. Every fucking minute. Is he sleeping yet? Is he sleeping yet? Is he sleeping? Yeah, he just nodded. He just blinked.
I forgot I muted it. I'm just busy watching, listening to stuff.
Yeah. I want to flip over said guy that I forcefully slammed into the dirt.
So he's trying to like push you away. Get off! Get the fuck off me!
Shit, can I passion this guy too?
If you want.
Just mellow him out. Shit, what did I roll for that? Ooh, too many things. Charisma. Yeah, okay. 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yeah.
So he's like... He stops pushing quite so fervently, but he's sort of trying to hold you at arm's reach. He just blinks.
Shush, my little mouth. You are fine.
You a cop?
No.
Well, what are you doing
Worse.
creeping around somebody else's backyard? I mean, okay, I know how that sounds, but, you know, I got a reason to be here. I don't...
Uh-huh.
Why are
Yeah.
you here?
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna go in for it.
Okay. Yeah, you just bite this guy, and he sort of seizes up. You feel him grab the back of Klaus's shirt. Pulses once, twice in orgiastic bliss as your fangs break the skin. And how much would you like to take from him?
How many would kill him?
You can take 2 safely. 3 or more, he probably needs medical attention. If you take... Depending on how much, it's how low his chances start going.
I'd like to go for 3. Because that's just gonna be funny.
Okay. Okay, that's pretty low damage. He'd probably have to, you know, call into work at the burglar company tomorrow, but he'll probably be all right. So yeah, you can take your 3 blood points if you'd like.
All right. So yeah, definitely 3 blood points. Is it mesmerize the thing that can make me remove memories, right? Or no, it's forgetful mind. Okay, never mind.
Ask Josh. He's got fucking dominate on
Yeah.
luck in this one.
What was the question?
I was wondering what the thing was to remove memories, but
It
it's
should be Dominate 3.
yeah. I haven't messed around with my XP in a while, so I could probably do that, but I don't have it right now.
When Daestra tells me to check the Discord, I fucking check the Discord.
Can it just be the new channel logo? It's kidding.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I can
me
replace the zombie. Assuming I can, like... Yeah, I think I can just download that, right? Daestra, once again, you're fucking awesome, man, and we love you.
John, the answer to your question, whether Tom has a beard, you have to ask yourself whether or not a sentient AI can have a beard.
I accidentally recently just saved.
Now, if you're not a member of our Discord, you might be wondering what Daestra's talking about. And my answer to you is, why aren't you a member of our Discord?
So after taking my 3 blood points, is this guy still conscious, or?
He's gonna fade real fast.
Well, then as he's fading, just want to like tap him on his cheek again and be like, enjoy the music, little man. And then fuck it, why not? I'll hit fucking Sleepy behind me for an extra couple blood points.
Okay. Yeah, you as you sort of bite on. How many do you want to take from him?
Just 2.
Okay. Yeah, he'll be fine. His buddy's gonna be a little bit woozy.
And yeah. That's
So how is your blood pool currently? Mostly full?
probably it's mostly.
Okay, so you're feeling pretty good. You're flushed. You got a full belly. Freshly
Yes,
fed.
Buenos. Klaus does have the infectious flaw.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. I'm gonna have to.
That's why I wanted to take 3 blood points, because I'm pretty sure it has to be a minimum of 3.
Ooh.
Okay, interesting. What does Klaus do now?
Goes back to his car. Haruka, my dear, let's go back to Zanne's. I feel like that lot always has something fun going.
Okay. In that case, I don't even have to leave you as we go to Josh. Where do you think you are right now, Mark? As you await for Jabril to arrive.
Probably sitting on the foyer, tapping my pocket watch, looking at it, waiting for him to get here.
One of your manservants will enter. Mr. Zantz, you have a guest?
I see Mr. Jones has finally arrived.
Do you think you gave your name at the door?
Yes.
No, I'm asking Kyle. That's the joke.
Oh. Why not? I'm surprised they don't remember me. Considering I've been gone for like 20 minutes.
Hey, maybe he does remember you. I'm not sure if Jones was his name, but he was here just a bit ago. Shall I show him in?
Go ahead.
Sounds so exasperated.
This is my house.
Why does everybody just come and hang out here?
Oh, I hate being popular and having friends. This sucks.
This is supposed to be my sanctum sanctorum.
Well, you people like me.
How was Zance ever supposed to watch hentai with you people constantly coming over?
I mean, if you're sitting in the foyer, I don't know if you're watching hentai.
Klaus, you step through the door as the Major Dormo ushers you through. Did you bring Haruka in with you?
Yeah, why not? Josh wants some hentai.
Then standing behind him is a woman you've not seen before. I will allow Kyle to describe her, as I don't believe her looks have come up at any point.
No. I guess I haven't really thought about it much.
Krieger's AI wife from Archer.
She's a pretty Japanese lady. She's, I don't know, probably early 20s in age.
At least 18. Gotcha.
Yeah, sure.
I see
that's
where
what I
he's
was-
going with that.
She's polite, gives a bow. Yeah, that's all I got right now. I'll have to work on some character shit for my
That's
followers.
fine. That's close enough.
Guten Morgen, Zanne.
I'll look at the window. I'm like, Guten Nacht.
It's all the same to us.
I suppose time is relative. Can I help you?
Oh.
Did you forget something?
No, I just have a feeling that I may be the one who can help you.
Ooh.
I suppose you don't know anything about film casting.
I have a knowledge of men's souls in a way that most wouldn't. If that's a sentence that I just said.
There's a knock at the door. Your major domo pokes his head through again. Pardon the intrusion, Mr. Zantz. I seem to have found Mr. Jones for you.
We'll meet him at the door. Well, I was just on my way to a casting for a movie I'm going to be financing.
That is interesting.
You're a
I've been
veteran,
looking
aren't
to.
you?
Yes, I have been in quite a war, a great one, in fact.
Oh, good, because I
Well,
need
the
to
best
cast
thing-
somebody for the sequel.
Nice. The great temper tantrum of 1930s and 40s.
Oh, say, Jones, it seems we have a second compatriot on this night. Let us make our way to the Hollywood Hills.
They are delicious tonight.
Oh, aren't they always? I'll tell Virginia to go ahead with making sure the IRS man is here when I get back.
Of course. I was unaware we were meeting him in the middle of the night. Of course I can make that happen if this is what you wish.
I'm sure he will be persuaded.
I'll have it done. Really quick, I want to bounce back to Carlo real fast, because I have an idea where this is going. I don't know for certain, but
We have to keep him from falling asleep.
Carlo, what do you do?
I was gonna guys, I'm gonna call Zantz, like, if I die, can you just bring me back to life? It's really not.
If I die, bring me back.
Yeah.
What a Clark Ashton Smith-esque fate for Carlo. to be a shade on another conjurer's wall if he dies and just gets summoned by Mark Sands.
Yeah.
See, Josh, I can make literary references too.
What character can we expect? Well, you wouldn't expect a character for at least 3 weeks.
What's Xavier made of? Because it
I
would
don't
be,
have any extra vampires for you.
yeah.
You can be Zahid.
I could be yours. I get to be your sensei.
Oh my god, can you imagine? Can you imagine Adam playing Jabril's master? What a glorious clusterfuck. You thought Murphy could set the entire Chronicle on fire.
No, look at all these disciplines I don't know how to read. It's
Here's Nelder Gangrel. He comes with an Assamite that does whatever he asks. So, have fun with that.
I'm like, fight the shooty one for my pleasure.
Fight the shooty one.
All right, what does Carlo do?
I'm assuming I have Jabril's number, but he's fine. I can answer. So I'm gonna call Jabril and just like, if you
There's
can,
probably one of his carrier pigeons
Yeah.
in a cage in the corner.
I'll write. I guess write a note.
You do have a network of carrier pigeons, right? Like I'm not being racist. That was something Jabril said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not pigeons because they can't see in the dark, but another
Carrier owls.
Yeah.
All right, Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Hey, you know how hard it was to get that many fucking owls in the city?
Okay.
And train him.
So we will say, to make my life easier as a dictum of storyteller fiat, there is a owl in a cage in the corner of your apartment. By far, the nicest thing in this dump.
It says the envelope.
The owl kind of takes care of itself. It actually has a higher intelligence score than Carlo.
Fuck.
I mean, I could look that up to see if it might be true. All right, Carlo, what would you like to do?
Write on a note. Hey Jabril, if you can you swing by the mansion at 1 o'clock and see if I don't die? Make sure I don't die.
Swing by. Hopefully, I am not dead, but if I am, just burn the place down.
Yeah. Avenge me.
Are you telling me? Oh, if I die, kill all the Giovanni in LA? I'll do it.
My final wish. No, it's good. Fuck those guys. Let's get
Get out of here, spaghetti boys.
Okay.
Engage Plan Mount Vesuvius.
Is that all you write on the note?
But just try to make sure I don't die. If you can, watch from the shadows.
All right. You affix the note to the owl's talon. Out of the cage it sails along the supernatural paths of animalism to its master. And as that happens, as you watch the owl recede into the night and pray the Martino's prayer that you aren't fucking slain, your phone rings.
Answer it.
You recognize the voice instantly as your cousin, Angelina. Was it you?
Was me what?
Oh, don't play coy, Carlo. Just tell me, was it you?
Probably.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it was probably me. I'm not gonna lie.
I've been busy over the week. Yeah.
I had heard that
in my
Mauricio
way
hasn't
now.
been seen around the mansion in a while. I know you and he were rather close. Call it a bit of a vested interest, but a girl likes to know things.
There's some other things you might need to know that you might find out.
She seems oddly happy in an unnerving way. Like you're used to people chastising you as Carlo Martino. But she's, yes? Oh, do tell me, Carlo. Please do tell me.
Well, I assume you also got the letter from IG.
Oh, yes, tonight's going to be such an interesting occasion, but we can talk about that later.
Who's IG, by the way?
Well, the family does keep me out of the loop. But if what I've heard transpired at the mansion is true, the Anziani have probably called in the big guns to get this domain under control. I have to assume it's Isabel.
How wet is your mouth right now, Carlo?
I'm just like trying to keep a poker face, like who?
You're just like, yeah, I planted Diablo as everyone there, but how do I do it?
How can I do it when everyone's there, though? Yeah. Do you think they're gonna kill me? Or, what's an example? Again.
Oh, dear Carlo, dear Carlo, you don't know which way the pieces lie, do you, my poor sweet summer child? If they were to kill you, do you think you would receive such a beautiful piece of stationery? They have no idea. And neither do I. You're keeping me in suspense. What is it that you need to tell me?
Let's say Mauricio and someone above him have gone. Let's see. They're no longer with us.
What? I didn't hear
They
you.
got an upstate to a farm.
They're no longer with us.
They've gone to the big trattoria in the sky.
They've got the big bologna spaghetti monster in the sky.
Bologna spaghetti. These are words that were said.
There's an excited gasp. Oh, Carlo, I'm so happy for you. You don't know what you've done, do you?
Not a clue.
Oh, this releasing anger. Oh.
Oh, Carlo, that's... What a surface-level way to look at things. I must teach you to be more circumspect. No, Carlo, you've broken your chains. Don't you understand? These people, these institutions that have been holding you down, you took it upon yourself to free yourself. Do you understand how rare it is? Especially in our clan, but among the kindred in general. You proved yourself. You proved that you have the strength to make your own way. I had always known they underestimated you, but this... Carlo, this is momentous. Tell me, Carlo, can we ride together tonight? Can we go to the mansion? There's so many things I need to tell you, need to show you. There's an entire world at your fingertips now, don't you understand? This is amazing.
There's also my cousin that I created.
Which one? You impregnated your aunt?
What?
Not.
I'm sorry. One must keep in mind our family proclivities. I wasn't sure what you were referring to.
She didn't.
Now Paul me to chime in with a what?
She didn't accept my advancements. So no.
I'm uncertain what you're referring to when you say you've created a cousin.
Alfredo is one of us now.
I'm afraid I don't know an Alfredo. Well, I'm sure I know several Alfredos. I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Again, the family doesn't keep me much in the loop. You probably know more than I do.
That's a
He was an accountant.
I see. I see, and you think this Alfredo might have important information?
Well, it may be better to show you in person. It's easier that way.
Would you like me to come over early? I could make time, you know, for my new favorite cousin.
Ooh. Ooh.
Well, he might need he might need someone to teach him our ways a little bit better than I would. I'm still fledgling after all.
Come to Plexstorm, Yusuf.
I'll be right there. I have something to show you myself, but first, let's tend to this, if I think I understand what you're talking about. And you notice that her voice is actually shaking slightly. You think she might be crying on the other side. Carlo, I'm so happy for you. You have done so wonderful for yourself. I didn't think you had it in you, but I'll see you soon. Click.
Ta-ta. Ta-ta.
Alright, Adam, how you gonna fuck your cousin?
Angelina Giovanni was a plot thread that came up in the very early portion of this chronicle, and then crap happened, and she fell by the wayside for a bit. But she was
But more
actually the
crap
one
happened.
that turned Carlo on to Mauricio's betrayal.
Hi.
Hoy.
Okay. So back to Mark, Klaus, and Jabril. Which movie studio is holding the audition?
Well, the most racist one, of course, Disney.
I don't think Disney owned everything quite yet. I'll go with, I don't know, Paramount Studios.
They were only anti-Semitic. Fine.
Okay.
Kyle, have you seen Peter Pan?
Yes.
Xavier, as a Native American, do you want to explain your drive with Peter Pan?
Oh, I fully
mean-
understand, but I'm pretty sure Peter Pan came out after the.
That came out much later.
Yeah, so they hadn't quite gotten there yet.
How about Song of the South?
All right, that's.
Even Disney looks at Song of the South and they're like, that one's not going on Disney Plus.
But they still have the ride.
Okay. So you arrive at the Paramount Studio lot. It took a couple strings pulled to get an after-hours audition, but nothing the great Mark Zantz can't handle. Now, this is important. What exactly did it say in the casting call that you put out? What exactly are you looking for?
I had my ally Randall Grant put out a casting call for actual, either at this point either World War II veterans or Korean War veterans at this point, to star in a World War II film that's going to be gritty and realistic.
Okay, so you're basically looking for an Audie Murphy. You're looking for an actual soldier turned actor.
Yes.
Roll percentile dice for me.
32.
32. Okay, you're dealing with soldiers. And Many of them have probably very recently gotten out of the military, weaseled out of their contracts, but they haven't quite broken that sort of uniformity that stands, that sense of stand over them. They still have the military mindset. There are two gentlemen that, however, you think would be pretty decent to fill a part.
Clint Eastwood.
One of them goes by the name of Carter Donaldson. Now, he's okay. For the most part, he's 90% of what you're looking for. He can carry an actor, he can carry a scene, but every once in a while, he just has issues with his inflections. They tend to go flat. But, for the most part, this might be a latent talent of his. The other man goes by the name of Tyler Michaels. Now, Mr. Michaels doesn't have that same issue with the inflection. His voice is strong. It is passionate. But there's just something about his eyes that he can't quite focus the emotion inward. He looks at you, and he can talk to you, and you feel it. But you just don't see it. And,
About how old is each one as I'm watching them?
Well, that is your call. You're putting out a casting call. So what's the age range?
Probably mid-20s, late 30s.
Mid-20s. Okay, so that's a pretty wide bracket.
Yeah, mid-20s to early 30s, I meant.
Okay, so Carter's probably about 26. We'll say Tyler Michaels is 29. And I would like to remind everyone that Klaus and Jabril have also been watching these auditions.
Sweet. I will activate my Auspex.
Why not? That sounds like
Okay.
Yeah.
spec friends. Da-na-na-na. That way I can see what you did there.
That's why I opened it up to the Korean War, Yusuf. I imagine that's gonna have more recent veterans. The Forgotten War. And so I'm gonna kind of lean over to the two of them. I'm gonna kind of lean over to Klaus and Jabril and be like, so which of the two of them seems more I don't want to say authentic, but which one of them's really seen it? I don't exactly want somebody who was typing papers the whole time.
Both of you give me a perception empathy roll.
Oh no, I'm not. Valernos, to clarify, I mean that I think in at least U.S. history, the Korean War is often referred to as the Forgotten War, considering both that its veterans were overlooked and people who only know popular history
Hot
don't really
damn.
know about
4
the
successes.
Korean War.
4 successes. Okay. Both of these young men have seen combat. You think maybe Tyler has seen a bit more than Carter, and that might be why he goes so dead in the eyes sometimes when he's trying to relive this. Is probably because there's some actual trauma that he sealed away.
Oh, PTSD, that's perfect. That's how you get the most authentic reaction.
So, what are the responses I'm getting from my assassin buddy and my World War I veteran buddy?
Well, that's up to them, isn't it? Role play.
Who is the one whose eyes fall flat?
So you have Tyler Michaels, 29, and Carter Donaldson, 26. Carter Donaldson looks a little bit more shabby. He probably got out of the army a bit more recently, and his hair's gone shaggy. He's got a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow, like he probably hasn't shaved, which is none too common for people who are recently out of the service. Tyler Michaels looks like he's put himself together a little bit, but there's definitely a shadow cast over that man.
Well, I like that. So yeah, the one who keeps going a little dead in the eye. I think he'll be better in your pictures, because at a certain point he won't be acting throughout the parts. He may actually be reliving. And while as traumatic as that may sound, you'll get no better experience of having something unfold when it actually happened.
Hopefully he's not too damaged.
In the middle of your conversation, you can hear through the other side of insulation a screech. Looking up to the windows, Jabril, you see one of your owls sort of poking its head in. Its wide, vacant eyes, it taps the glass with its beak.
Excuse me while I get that.
I have to see a man about an owl.
As he pulls the message from the Talon, Carlo, one more time, go ahead and tell him exactly what it said.
It said, can you, if possible, can you watch the mention in quotation marks at midnight to make sure I don't die? From the shadow, preferably. Essentially, is what it said.
What time is it?
It's probably like 7:30. It's still early at night.
Okay.
And by the way, the scene is still yours. His voiceover was interjecting in Jabril's internal monologue.
No, Valerno's class doesn't have eyes of chaos.
Oh dear.
I really gotta work on my character.
I'll take the message and go back to casting.
I imagine there's like a table, set up a big long table, where you guys have the files and the headshots, and there's a huge pile of rejects as you debate between Carter and Tyler.
I'm gonna kind of lean into Randall Grant and my sleazy Hollywood producer, but I'm like, so what do you think of this group, huh?
Well, you want me to be honest with you, Mark? You're looking for soldiers here. Soldiers and actors, they don't necessarily, there's not a Venn diagram there, but... either one of these two are workable with the proper director. You said you're directing this one, ain't you?
Oh, no, I'm producing. You can find the director. I just want to make sure this movie's the real deal. I might have work for the leading man afterwards.
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing, Mark. How close to the real deal do you want it? People these days, they're looking for things to get their mind off of stuff like that. I don't know if a wartime pitch is the best thing to be putting out right now, but hey, you're the business guy. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. Market research, just, it is what it is.
I've done a bit of market research myself, and I have to say, those westerns you're making, they've got another 10 years in them at best.
Hey, fair, but you know what? I'm gonna milk that cow as long as that cow's given. In the meantime, what are you thinking? You thinking war pitches? That's what's gonna take over?
No, but let's just say I'd like to. Let's say I'd like to at least see one good one.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do my best for you, Mark. I just want to make sure you get your return on investment here. Anyway. Yeah, I reckon a decent director can probably get a decent performance out of either one of these kids. Any of them worked before? They're both fresh off the streets, right? That one Carter kid, I think he's right out of the service, right?
Ironic thing is, while I may be older than both those men by a good couple of decades, I physically look younger than both of them.
He sort of flips through one of the files. Looks like Tyler's done a little bit of community theater. It's not much. It's something.
Probably something to get his mind off of the things he's seen.
I don't know, though. There's something wrong with his eyes. You know what I mean? Your audience, they can't connect with somebody like that. You look at somebody and they're just talking your stock still like this. What emotion is that? You're going to get an Oscar out of somebody goes dead in the eyes? I don't think so, Mark. And again, Carter, he's not no peach neither. But, with Carter, you might be able to get multiple takes and, eventually you cut them together the right way and you might accidentally give a good performance.
I'm going to cut Randall Grant in the middle of these talking. Look Tyler right in the eye.
Well, they're probably not here as you're... They're probably in like a waiting room somewhere as you're going over. Or they're waiting for like a callback. So that's normally how this stuff would go. But if you wanna call them in, or if you told them to wait outside, that's something we can definitely talk about.
I'll call Tyler in.
So Tyler, as I said, is a bit more clean cut than Carter. He's been out of the service for a while. His hair's cut short, slicked back. He showed up in very professional-looking attire. Maybe more so than you might expect your average movie star to dress to show up to an audition, but that's probably still his military coming out. Yes, sir, Mr. Zantz.
I'm going to use Dominate 2 and use Mesmerize.
So instantly he just focuses on you. And Randall will sort of nudge you to look. He's going dead in the eyes already. You can't get nothing out of this kid.
Randall's an asshole.
I'm about to get something out of him.
Ooh.
Manipulation.
Bad Daddy's on the prowl.
Leadership.
Do you want me to put thoughts of war into his mind?
No. I'm going to kind of just look him in the eyes and I'm going to be like, take me there. Back to the war.
Do you want me to give him a little passion?
Ooh, I don't know. You might make things worse.
Yeah,
I got 40
too
seconds
much.
on that.
I think if he starts flipping you calm him down.
Yeah, that's probably better.
And as I say that, I'm going to end it in my best drill sergeant kind of voice. I'm going to go, charge!
And he just sort of goes rigid for a second. You see the color drain out of his face. And the brush, I can smell it. The jungle everywhere. We knew Charlie was up ahead. We knew they were going to be there. And I told Phillips not to go forward. But he went, and then there was this explosion. There was shrapnel everywhere. I found pieces of him in my sleeping bag that night, and he started describing the most visceral, horrific battle you've ever heard. And mind you, you're an actual vampire. You were there the night Byrick Ash massacred that mansion.
Damn Nazis.
And the thing that he describes to you, the way he describes the sizzle of hot lead piercing the air, the blood, the splashes of fresh red blood lancing across the rich brown earth and splattering, painting these vivid green ferns and leaves. Smoke chokes every word to the point where you can almost smell it. You can smell the sizzle of burning flesh. You can hear the rotors of the chopper overhead and the bark of the guns in the distance. This man spills to you what an image of hell must look like.
I'm going to put a hand on his shoulder and kind of lead him out of the room.
Are you releasing him from the mesmerize?
Yes.
He sort of snaps back. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. That doesn't usually happen to me. I apologize.
No, don't worry about it. I'm going to kind of whisper to Randall as I'm before I walk out. I'm gonna be like, "You're gonna want to go with Carter." As I kind of put a hand on Tyler and take him out. I was like, "Tell me, Tyler, were you always set on acting?" As I kind of lead him out of the room, leaving Randall, Klaus, and Jabril behind.
No, sir. No, sir. I enlisted because I wanted to serve my country, sir. My father was a serviceman. My grandfather before him. I wanted to do my part.
What about acting? You always had your. Is this what you wanted to do afterwards, always, or is this something new?
When I came back stateside, sir, it was something the army doctors recommended to get my head straight, I suppose. They thought maybe being someone else for a while might be healthy for me.
Well, I know a thing or two about having to act like somebody else sometimes. Have you ever thought about going into business?
What kind of business?
Finances, like salesmanship. That's a kind of acting in its own way.
Well, I mean, I've been living off my savings thus far. I don't really have much of a plan. I'm sorry, sir. I shouldn't have said that. What I mean is I was
Honesty is always an excellent quality in a man, and it's something I find too often in short supply with the people I surround myself with. Barring some present company, of course.
Thank you, sir. But to be honest, I was hoping the acting might lead me to something, but I'm always ready, willing, and able for an opportunity when it presents itself.
I'm gonna level with you, Tyler. Acting is it's a game of connection. Most of you guys who came into the audition today were only here at my specific request, due to wanting a particular kind of film to be made, but let's just say I'm starting a new business venture, and I'm going to need a lot of people to work in all sorts of departments, and well, you may got a bit of way to go with the acting, but I think there's a lot of other qualities of yours which would be very beneficial to my corporation.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I'd be very interested in you. Whatever you're looking for, I'm sure I can fill something.
Why don't you give me your phone number, and I'll be getting back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And he'll start patting himself down. I thought my phone number was in my packet, but yeah, and he's getting more and more flustered. He's looking for something to write with, as he realizes he essentially showed up to a job interview unprepared.
I will hand him a pen and pull out a piece of paper, probably from my commonplace book.
Now, it's my mother's phone number, sir. To be honest, I haven't found a place of my own since getting back. I know I need to be a bit more of a go-getter, but like I said, I've been living off my savings until something presents itself. But anytime you call, day or night, I'll make sure to answer, sir. I promise.
Day and night. I do like that.
Well,
We'll be in touch.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Is there anything else I can do for you in the meantime?
Stay alive.
I made it through Korea, sir. I think I've made it this far. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. We'll sort of vigorously shake your hand with a army-tested iron grip.
And I will go back to my compatriots and be like, well, I think I found my man.
Randall
What's
turns
he
to you. Oh,
say?
come on. You the whole time he just went dead in the eyes. I didn't get any emotion out of that guy.
That's why I told you, if you want, you can go ahead and go with that Carter fellow.
Yeah, Cod is probably the better choice. I mean, like I said, you edit a couple takes together, and well, what do you know? You got a movie.
I will pull out my checkbook. Now, exactly how much do we need to get this thing going?
Well, I guess I got to talk to some of the investors about that. Are you the primary?
Oh, you know I am. Just give me a number.
Well, it's not that fast. I mean, I still got to talk to the studio. Studio's got to talk about what lots they're willing to give us. I'll get the wheels moving, Zance, but I mean, it doesn't go that fast, not even for you, no offense.
Just
I
give
will
them
cut
6
him-
zeros.
Well, I was gonna say I'm gonna cut him a check for $500,000 and be like, just let me know if you need anything else.
That is a ludicrous amount of money in the 50s.
I know.
That is like $70 ojillion.
Gotta
Let's
make this
just look
movie
up
happen,
real quick.
baby.
I mean, it'll get gears moving. They're turning.
Well, that'll fucking do it, won't it? All right, Zance, you need anything else from me?
Tree fitty.
No, I got a lot of other things I have to do. I basically just gave him $5 million to make a movie.
Hey, that's not bad.
All right, well, if our business is concluded here, gentlemen, my date tonight charges by the hour. So, I'll be in touch. Mr. Zance, you know how to get a hold of me. It's been a pleasure. As he will recuse himself from the room. I'm glad you liked that, Yusuf. I thought you might.
The Kilpatrick legacy is strong.
I'll say, well, gentlemen, thank you for your assistance.
So what are you getting used this fellow for?
I wouldn't like to use that word. But, I frequently tend to find myself in uncommon situations. And quite frankly, I've got tired of always having to pull a gun I'm not quite familiar with.
Got
That is
yourself
fair.
a bodyguard?
Oh, much more than a bodyguard. Anybody who's going to work for me is going to have to know, let's just say their way around a checkbook.
That's fair.
I plan on starting my own venture capitalist firm, and well, let's just say I'm going to need some exceptional people to staff it.
Let me know if you need any help with that. Sounds like a good bit of fun.
Do you have some capital to invest? In
Perhaps.
venture capitalism?
You could say that. I sit on a good... Fuck. I can't remember words. An inheritance, you could say? Some old family money that I was able to get back under me after everything.
What about you, Byrick? What was that owl about?
Carlo's gonna die again.
I mean, not Byrick, Jabril.
Yes, it would seem Carlo is worried for some reason and wants me to go watch over him at the mansion. He's worried about his life.
I would be too
Just
if I was.
fair.
Isn't he always worried about his life?
He's like a piece of porcelain china. Just
Have you
ready
noticed we spend a lot of time at me?
This is LA, baby.
Carlo Martino's like a Ming vase. Incredibly easy to break, and then you realize it's 2,000 years old and you wonder how it's made it this long.
Well, I suppose I still have some time. He wants me to go over there at midnight. And it's not a trap because I know his handwriting.
What does, as I look at I ask him to see the note, and I want to see what Carlo's handwriting actually looks like.
It's fucking hieroglyphs. The note's written in crayon.
Adam, is it just your handwriting?
It's probably a little bit better because they don't have like type. They don't have, like, I guess.
They don't have typewriter.
Typewriters, yeah, essentially. He doesn't use a typewriter, but he knows how to write. So it's a little bit better than me. It's more legible.
It looks like spaghetti strands.
Art. It's just macaroni art.
It's macaroni.
Why did he spell everything out with macaronis?
The Giovanni are strange people. Oh well. I just hope he's not in too much trouble. Though I can imagine his family is perturbed by the loss of leadership.
Considering the trouble that he's gone into in the short time that I've known him, I'm really afraid to find out what is too much trouble for that man.
Well, I don't suppose you all would like to go meet with the IRS with me.
Oh no.
Even vampires fear the dreaded IRS.
Truly the most malicious of organizations.
We may be
Three
blood
letters.
suckers, but they're soul suckers.
Well, after that, I'll probably be going to a coke field party to see a man about some real estate.
Haha.
Well, that's my plan. I don't know what they're going to do. Unless they want to... If you want to go to the coke field party, you have to go with me to meet the IRS first.
Hey,
You just gotta do it.
I cannot imagine a higher greater than recovering from a meeting with the IRS going to a coke fueled party. I'm 100% in for that jump. Bring me down just to fucking rocket me back up. Let's go.
I'm probably gonna go see how my homeless network is doing after the events of previous.
Okay. Then, as the audition disperses, let's go back to Carlo. Carlo, what do you do as you await for your cousin to arrive?
Adam, your mic's off.
Thank you, Josh. I didn't notice you was talking.
Do I still have the sword that what's his name gave me?
Yes,
Ah.
you have the McNeil's Claymore.
I'm trying to find a way to conceal it, like to make it concealable on my person.
Break the sword in half.
Bend the blade. And,
You're not going to conceal a claymore unless you want to carry it in like a fucking cello case or something. Even then.
Yeah, I don't think a cello is big enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe an octobase.
Yeah.
You just wrap it up like guts.
All the second claymore. I'm just trying to find a way to, I guess, do that, or like preparing for war. Essentially, just getting all the weapons that I have on hand.
Boy.
One claymore.
One claymore. One
I can blow up so many cars with this.
elephant gun.
Alright, as you are preparing your claymore and taking inventory of your claymore, the only weapon you have not destroyed.
Didn't I have something else though, or no?
Your Tommy gun you threw at the car. I don't believe you've had a weapon in between. Unless you can correct me.
I
But I
don't think
have,
so.
But I
Did
like
you
like
pick up a gun from someone?
Didn't have like a World War One rifle or something, or did that?
Oh,
did
you
destroy
got rid of that like way at the beginning.
Yeah.
Remember, because you needed you had to beg Xance for the Tommy.
Okay.
I mean, the Tommy might have survived the explosion.
Yeah, it's.
It didn't survive Byrick Ash.
That's fair. I'm not here to say what did or didn't do.
The gun knife is funny, John Smith, but he's got the claymore. He has earned McNeil's respect. Of all of the vampires to earn McNeil's respect, it's Carlo fucking Martino. I love it.
Yeah.
But Byrick has Smiling Jack's respect.
Okay.
Together we
Which
have.
helps his character.
I have Louis. I have the Frenchman's respect.
Which
So-
speaks to your character.
So all three of us have the
And I
three-
have self-respect.
the most powerful one of all.
Well, I was gonna say now Jabril has Salvador's respect.
Yeah.
Eh.
He
The
has a
only person
boon.
we're missing is somebody to have Nines Rodriguez's respect.
Well, yeah, Murphy had that opportunity, and that went the other way when he shoved heroin up Cat's asshole.
Just vampire.
Carlo, as you're inventorying your claymore, there's a knock at your door.
I hold the claymore in a hand and ask Alfredo to ask who it is.
Carlo, it's Angelina.
Okay, I put I put the claymore back on the bed and let her in.
As you open the door, Angelina stands before you. She's beautiful and glamorous as ever. She stands, her posture commanding respect, dressed in a long coat that obscures a very elegant dress beneath. Standing behind her is the swarthy-skinned woman you remember as Kia. Before, when you first met, she was rather taciturn. She look at you, give you very hard stares. But now, as you meet her eyes, she seems to soften a bit and even smile. Carlo, my dear Carlo, she says Angelina, beaming ear to ear as she throws her arms around you. I did use taciturn. I know words too.
I don't know what that word means though.
It's pronounced taciturn, isn't it? I'm a fucking dumbass. Never mind, I don't know words.
At least you know how to say it, or
You
No,
know
no,
that it's spelled, not said.
yeah. I am googling it, but I can't. My glasses are dirty, so I can't read the definition.
God damn it. Glasses are so dirty you can't read your computer?
Nope.
Thank you, HTG. As she pulls away, she sort of places a hand on either side of your face and then sort of sniffs as she picks up the scent of the blood. Had a bit of an accident, have we, Carlo?
Well, not purpose. Well, I guess more like a purposeful accident.
Perhaps we should have this conversation inside. May I come in?
No.
You have that. You have that flaw. That's kidding. Come on in, yeah.
The two women will step inside, and Angelina will close the door behind her. Best not to attract prying ears, methinks.
Then I'll close.
Confess I conjured an idea from our conversation on the phone, but what did you wish to show me?
This is Alfredo, and I show my childling.
Alfredo, still bent over the toilet.
He's
Sort
been
of-
doing that. He's been doing that since he awoke.
Sort of
He
looks
had-
up, his ragged, scarred, broken countenance.
Hey, how you doing?
And again, her eyes go wide, she lights up, a smile. Oh, Carlo, he's beautiful! As she crosses the room. She'll place 2 hands on his face and kiss him on the top of the head as Alfredo sort of pulls away, bewildered.
I don't like it.
And he's yours?
Blood and all.
When did this happen? No one gave you permission. You took it upon your own.
Well, when
Yeah.
when you're the last one, the last vampire in that building, yeah. You don't need permission, do you? It does.
She gives this very contented sigh. Oh, Carlo, the Giovanni have wasted you. She'll sort of take Alfredo. Come, my dear, come, stand. Let us see you in your full glory. Tell me, how did it come about, Carlo?
What was the other person's name? Susie or
I think we settled on Sophia.
Sophia? There, yeah. Or with an S.
I turned it into a JoJo reference.
Everything's a JoJo reference, though, Josh. Susie Q. Yes. When Sally, with Sally, what was the name again? I already blocked out.
Sophia.
Sophia. My brain just farted for a second. Sophia was working on him, trying to, I guess, restore him. But I took her out and did it first.
As she hears this, she's smiling. A mortuario? Oh, you must have been important. And Alfredo, I don't know what's going on here. Carlo, who is this lady?
She is, another one of the family.
What was your name again?
Of course.
She's another one of the family, Alfredo. We can kind of trust her.
Of course, Carlo, I have to assume you understand the question that looms before you.
Who takes the place?
Perhaps a future consideration. No, the question is, what are you going to do with him now? If there was an elder Giovanni working on a mortuario, and make no mistake, this, as she gestures to his scars, is not an honor often bestowed. There are so many talented individuals among the Giovanni that never get the kiss. He must have been something special indeed, and the Giovanni will know he's missing. What are your plans, Carlo?
With, I don't know if I know I can trust you, but I don't know if I can trust you with this.
Carlo, you wound me. Have I done anything against you so far?
No, but that is nothing that I know of, though. That's the thing. There's so much unknown in this world to me.
Carlo, I mentioned that I had something to show you. Would you allow me? Perhaps I can present you a different perspective.
Sure. Let me earn my trust.
We have to take a bit of a trip. Would you come with me to the limo?
Should Alfredo come as well, or?
He'd be more than welcome.
Alfredo, do you want to come on a trip with us? All right.
Do you want me leaving the house looking like this? I guess it's up to you. I mean, be kind of nice, I guess, to be treated like a person.
You are still family, Alfredo. Let us go then.
Yeah, I'll go. You step outside your door. Angelina and Kia following close behind. Your neighbor's door open as old Mrs. Nesbit takes a step out. Takes one look at Alfredo. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph! Slams the door and goes stumbling back inside.
You're looking just as bad, okay, lady?
Kia will go ahead. And as you exit the apartment complex, there's a very fine black limo waiting for you, sticking out like a sore thumb in the fucking dump of a neighborhood that you live in. Your cousin will open the door for you and Alfredo and slide in afterwards. The car starts moving before Angelina has to tell Kia where to go. You wouldn't begrudge your cousin a trip to Malibu, would you? You did seem terribly unsettled the last time we were there. Now, if you remember, Malibu is werewolf territory. It's currently off limits to vampire. Your cousin, however, doesn't seem to care.
But the werewolves are satisfied for now, right? After the last...
Mark's werewolf buddies are.
Oh, yeah. But we survived going there last time, so... should it be a problem this time?
Oh, I know.
Oh.
You have nothing to worry about, Carlo. I promise I wouldn't lead you astray. Is there anything you wish to ask your cousin during the trip?
What have you been up to the last... since last we met? I haven't heard anything of your end.
Oh, every night is such a struggle. Mostly been trying to keep out of the riots sweeping the city. Is LA always like this?
Since the prince died more, yes, yeah.
Ah,
Well,
that's right. I forgot you were here during Don Sebastian's reign. I've heard some things about him. What was he like?
A fucking asshole.
A dick, if you would. It's a...
Just the worst things ever, I promise you.
You might think you're talking about a detective.
Okay.
Wasn't that something they used to call detectives a dick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then an asshole, but most head leaders get the asshole trait.
Well, between you and me, apparently the old Don had a thing for cocaine-laced vessels. One would think it would mellow him out a bit. And as she says this, both Angelina and Kia seem to share a laugh as if it's an inside joke. Alfredo just sort of looks around. I don't get it. I'm so far more interested in what you've been doing, however. You've been so proactive. Tell me, how do I phrase this? What has inspired this firebrand within you?
Say Zance. Say Zance.
Dude.
Let's say the worm.
The worm.
Do you actually say the worm?
No,
I don't even Carl knows what the worm is.
I don't know if he's self-aware enough to know what the worm is. Yeah. So
You could reasonably say oblivion, considering you commune with the dead.
Yeah.
the rage built up inside of him and just exploded. Instead of cried this time.
Well, some do say that pain is the pathway to healing, but there's something purifying about anger at a certain point. Something cleansing, almost like a cleansing fire. It burns away the impurities, it galvanizes one. It tends to remove the dross from our path so we can see where we're truly headed. Ooh, hang on, our connection's flickering just a bit. Okay, it's in the good colors for now. We'll roll with it. If our connection breaks up, somebody in chat, let me know. I think you've done a great deal of growing, Carlo. I've heard things. The whole Giovanni have heard things, but I have to say, the man that sits before me now is not the same crying failure I was heard tell of when I first arrived.
That is true.
In fact, I'd scarcely say that you're the same person. Do you remember our first night, Carlo? You blew a tire and had to call somebody for backup. That's not the person that stands before me, is it?
Don't let her know that it still is.
Make it till you make it, man. No, that's, I have grown.
That is Carlo's mantra. Make it till you make it.
He finds himself diablerizing old Uncle Augie, sitting on the throne of the Giovanni, wondering how the hell he got there.
Meanwhile, Vance just tips his hat and walks away.
You got this, buddy. You got this.
My job here is done, but I can't do anything.
You don't need to. Everybody else can.
People might wonder why Xanthe wouldn't want to be the antediluvian, but being an antediluvian seems like it puts a huge target on your back.
It absolutely does.
You're so enraptured in conversation with Angelina, reflecting on yourself and how far you've come. You don't even realize when you've entered Malibu. Only when the car rolls to a halt in front of the palatial mansion does it sort of start sinking in. It's like, holy fuck, I'm in werewolf territory again. This might be bad. But again, Angelina doesn't seem to stop. Not for a second. As she just takes you by the hand. Come, you two. You too, Alfredo. Oh, there's so many wonderful people I want you to meet. And she will excitedly usher you to the front door. You step into a beautiful marble foyer. A crystal chandelier glitters above your head. This place is amazing. Like, you're not sure, but they might give Xanthe a run for his money here. This place is like to the nines. Give me just a bit. My friends don't like unannounced visitors, but let them know you're here, and I'll come introduce you.
Carlo, I feel like I have to kill your family.
That's what you're here for. That's what the backup plan is.
That's the plan.
I'm glad you know your place in this.
Wow, John and Hot Trash, you went to the same place.
What was the question, Chaz? I blacked out for a sec.
I blinked.
Basically telling you, wait here while she goes.
Do I smell any werewolves? Or like any fuzz, any hairballs on the floor?
Does he smell the yiff in the air?
Yeah. Essentially, yeah.
Why don't you give me perception awareness?
There's one right behind you.
You have 6 or 7. You got 3 successes.
3 successes. So Angelina sort of leaves you and Alfredo in the foyer. And she moves towards this set of double doors. You can't quite see through them because they've got this crystallized glass. But as she opens it, cracks it wide enough to step through, you can hear that there's this lovely harp music wafting through from the other side. And she clicks the door behind her and the music goes silent again. And you just start to think. This place is clean. It is super clean. It is immaculately clean. It is tended to like a work of art is preserved, and yet, despite that, you can't shake this feeling that there's this undercurrent, this feeling of grime. Like the air itself is dirty in a way that you can't quite place. Something is wrong here. Something is sick. Alfredo finally speaks up. Carlo, that lady's weird here.
Yep, but she might be the only ally I have left.
Really?
Hey, whoa.
And that's how you lost everyone else.
You guys get here.
Yeah, I can only trust my family.
Yeah,
You know, the ones I've been eating.
the only one that's available. I'm just kidding. And everyone else is doing their own thing. It's kidding. Should I be the only one that can help me at this moment? At the moment, try to get all the allies you can get.
I don't know, man. What about
Just anyone.
what about Moneybags over there? He seems pretty useful.
No. I can't suck him.
I tried. He won't let me.
I can't keep relying on him every single time. I gotta get my own shoes going.
Absolutely can. You'll just owe me a favor every time.
Yeah.
As you're standing in the foyer, a gruff voice barks out. Who are you?
Do I hear where it comes from?
You turn. The foyer sort of branches to this set of double stairs that wind up to a second floor balcony. Standing on the balcony, in vivid contrast to the opulence of this place, is a man who looks like he just fucking rolled out of a gutter somewhere. He's got these torn up jeans, these very dirty mud-caked boots, an open torn leather jacket over no shirt, but heavily muscular. He's got long hair that cascades on either side of his face, and you're not quite sure, but you think it might be hiding some kind of deformity, like his skull's not entirely symmetrical. He just sort of scrutinizes you with these like piercing green fucking eyes.
I am simply a guest, waiting to be let in. Yes,
He vaults the upper banister. Boom! Onto the first floor. The marble miraculously holds underneath his weight. Who's guest? I haven't seen you here before.
I've not seen you before here either.
Maybe you and I should get acquainted, little man. There's no better way to know somebody than to listen to what sound they make when they break, don't you think?
I
Maybe
prefer
should try to
cry.
break you.
I don't think you're a guest would like that.
Oh, that's only if they find you. I tend to be a little better than that. Alfredo at this point. Carlo, I don't like this guy. Carlo, can I please have a self-control at a difficulty 4, please?
Self-control.
This is the bit where Carlo's like, "Hey man, you keep talking to me like that, I'll suck you off."
Buddy, I've never met a guy I haven't been able to suck off. So you watch yourself.
A difficulty 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that was close. Okay.
That
2
doesn't sound
successes.
like Rape Xavier.
You hold your ground, but deep inside in the pit of your stomach, you can feel the beast rattling its cages. Something primal inside you does not like this guy. You can tell immediately he's not a vampire, but there's something similar inside him. Something uncomfortable, and something you think is just about certain fucking death.
Cry, Adam. Cry.
No.
Cry at him, Adam. Do it. Show him you mean fucking business, and you're not gonna back down like some bitch.
I believe we got on the wrong
Oh,
side
yo,
of
he's a demon? Hell yeah, I wanna suck that.
I'm sorry, I believe we got on the wrong side of the foot. I am Carlo Martino. And you are?
There's this almost feral growl that rumbles in the back of his throat as he gets closer. His eyes get wider, this lunacy erupting within him. And to finally punctuate, there's the click of the door behind you, or behind him. And you can hear your cousin, Angelina. Conrad, get away from him! He's a guest, he is welcome here.
Told you so.
He sort of smiles. Whose guest? Mine. And if you don't like it, you'll have to deal with Dawn. Relax. I was just leaving. Isn't that right, little man?
I suppose you are. Toodaloo.
We're gonna have some fun, you and I.
Adam hit him with the toodles.
Angelina will sort of like warmly take you around the arm. I'm sorry for him. Conrad and his ilk get a bit excitable. They're here as well. I suppose you could call them security. It's their job, you understand.
What is he?
A friend.
Is like
In the meantime, let's not worry about him. He won't trouble you again. And she pulls you towards the door. And the door swings open on the inside. The living room, much like the foyer. Beautifully appointed. White, pure white. Like, the most Scotch-guarded white. Almost assails your eyes, this spotless furniture on the other side. There's a harpist in the corner, dressed in what appears to be a facsimile of a Roman toga, as they pluck a very beautiful medley on the strings, and sort of seated upon these very plush, very luxurious pieces of furniture are several people that sort of smile and raise glasses to you as you enter. Carlo! One of them, a very large, muscular African-American man, will stand up from his chair. He walks over and clasps you on the shoulder. So, you're Carlo Martino. Neith has told us so much about you.
who's Neith?
Your cousin. As Angelina will sort of tip her head. I did ask you to call me by a different name, but I wouldn't expect you to remember. It's not important. Any friend of hers is a friend of mine. Tell me, so she tells me you're the one responsible for the current predicament afflicting the Giovanni.
Yeah, I'm pretty great.
He's gonna get like a big ego now. Just kidding. No. Hopefully not. His egos get killed.
Gonna get one now. You mean we're there already?
Yeah.
Flashback to all of his friends dragging him out of a zombie-infested tunnel.
and his cousin corpse.
Yeah, that was all me. I'm pretty awesome.
Uh,
You're the new Murphy.
No.
I mean, Murphy did give him the sword, so the legacy was pushed onward.
To the next Italian down the line. I suppose I did. With some help.
Fantastic. So few of our kind know how to really actualize themselves in such a manner. It's a shame, really. But come, you have to meet Don. Don, come meet Carlo. And behind him, a woman rises from a duvet and makes her way over. She's in a stunning party dress. And as you look up and you meet her eyes, your unbeating heart grows cold for a moment. Because you realize you've seen her before. You wouldn't forget her. Not her. She's a beautiful young redhead, buxom, voluptuous, eyes green as sea foam. And it takes you a second to place it, your brain panicking, cycling through some primal response of, oh God, I'm in danger, and you realize where you've seen her before. Your very first night in LA, when you were introduced to Don Sebastian, she was on his arm. Later, at the Hollowbrook Hotel, you saw her again. You hid from her, hoping she wouldn't notice. And now, she comes up to you, extending a hand. Don Cavanaugh. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Martino.
Carlo freezes in memories long lost. And then Shooken greets the hand, but tries to hold the shake in his fear in his arms. And the hero
Carlo, the
his voice.
7th generation vampires showing fear.
Yeah. You're still getting used to this fake it or make it deal, man.
You seem nervous, Mr. Martino. Is something wrong?
Just, we're just cold.
I should think something like that wouldn't bother you. But we'll find you some refreshments to warm you up, yes? What sort of flavor do you enjoy?
Italian?
She thinks for a moment. I could see fit to provide that, and, would there be any seasoning on the side?
No. Like to be, I guess not conscious. What's the, I'm trying to be, trying to quit that.
Very well, straight blood it is. By all means, make yourself at home, Mr. Martino. She fixes you with a stunning glare, or a stunning smile, as if you almost as if staring into the light of the sun, so resplendent is this woman. After all, you're among friends here. And that is where we end the session.
Adam being indoctrinated into a cult.
The next episode is gonna be so good. So good. And I'm getting that feeling, you guys. I'm getting that feeling where I don't know how things are gonna play. And it's so good. In the meantime, however, I award everyone 3 XP for tonight. Start voting.
Cause like I'm in danger meme.
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
Alright, in the meantime, I do owe you the bippity bappity boop XP from episode 15. So that's about to happen. Ooh, John votes for Carlo for most badass line of the episode. What line was that?
Carlo, because becoming infernal is Carlo for acting like he has a big boy pants.
Valera knows Carlo for
The I don't need permission if everyone else is dead line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like if you're the last vampire, you don't need permission. Like, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I will vote for Klaus for his hunting episode.
That was pretty good. I'm glad we could finally give Klaus the spotlight for a little bit. I wish it had lasted a bit longer, but I think it went well.
I'll have more moments.
I vote for X for hopefully coming to my.
I vote for Jabril for preemptively saving my life.
For hopefully coming to my funeral /
Okay.
not funeral.
Okay. You're in Malibu. I don't think you told me to go there.
Yeah, but we're gonna go over to the other place to.
The mansion to check on you, and you're not gonna be there.
Oh, Daestra votes Byrick
For cleaning bubbles for this episode.
I will also give it to Klaus for having a fun little hunt.
Okay, vote for Klaus. Kyle, where's your vote going? Yorkie voting for Klaus also.
For giving a burglary Ebola /AIDS. Ebola AIDS.
I mean, it's a madness, not a disease.
Actual, yeah.
But sure.
How did Klaus get Melpomene? Well,
So Klaus's thing is he's one of the missing links between the Malkavians and the daughters. So his blood just kind of mutated and did that.
Yeah. And I somewhere along my journeys I ran into them and they helped it along kind of thing.
Josh, have you voted yet?
Yeah, vote for Klaus.
I don't know.
I'm taking my first dot of Protean.
good shit.
I want to
If
throw
you
it
want
to
one
the
minus, I can take
Zanne
it.
because I really enjoyed the audition scene.
One for Zance. Yorkie, so yes, also no. It's canonically it's debated whether or not they're a bloodline of the Toreador or Malkavian because they hear music in their head. Half of World of Darkness anyway is what is it? Unreliable narrator. So yes, no, possibly, maybe so. Kyle liked the idea, wanted to run with it, and I was like, cool. I will, John. Trust me.
Because I stumbled upon the like link between the Toreador or Malkavian in the books. So
And you're like, why not both?
yeah. It's like this might be fun.
Okay, so, to the comments. John Smith says, I would say I'm here for the combination of your guys' banter and the game as well as how you guys play. I originally came here because of your How Not to WoD videos, then watched the Rise of the Free States and I was hooked. There's not a ton of WoD games on YouTube, and not as many are as quality as yours. TTR RPGs outside of D&D are niche, especially so with WoD. WoD is a small but dedicated fan base. First of all, I don't know if you want to necessarily call ours quality, but we thank you deeply very much for that.
We're definitely comedy.
We have been told we are one of the least boring ones.
I'll take least boring. Least boring's good.
Yeah. You want me to be goofy? I'll be fucking goofy.
I have been told that there is some amount of drudgery in other people's vampire plays.
We're not gonna say who.
I legitimately enjoyed LA by Night. I think Jason Carl's a good storyteller.
No, I wasn't mentioning them. Just what we've been told by other people.
I know what you were talking about. I'm just saying, like, I like the official one. As far as everybody else, sometimes they can be a little dry. LA by Night very well might be. I don't think it's entirely scripted. I think like Jason and the main cast are like legit, but anytime they bring in like a guest star, like who was it? Who played Victoria Ash? Jessica Shoba. Yeah, she was not terribly familiar with Vampire. She was basically given a set of notes, and she tweeted out what the set of notes looked like. Anyway.
She broke kayfabe. You're not supposed to admit to it.
John Smith also says, I have an army, Loki. We have a Byrrc, Zant. John Smith votes for Byrrc because he needs the XP so that he can teach Josh vicissitude. Ricardo Villafana. I'll vote for Zance towards getting vicissitude in the morbidly amusing idea the coterie may one day roam the streets on a Murphy Fiero-faced vote. James That Works votes for Mr. Ash for being the force of nature that he is. Also, Eastern Time Boy here, and I love your guys' bantering. Keep it up, you lovely bastards. Thanks, James. We will do our best. I want to give it a couple seconds so you guys can answer too, because one of the great things about reading comments at the end of the episode is you guys get to have a say, and it's not just me talking to people.
I appreciate everybody liking the banter. Sometimes we worry we do it too often.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, that's part of what makes it fun.
It's our boy, Lord by Night, gives his vote to Carlo for living up to his bloodline for once and actually doing some necromancy. And he loves the banter and tangents that we have. It's nice and refreshing seeing an actual play where people aren't being super serious all the time. It's very genuine and inviting to anyone who wants a good giggle. I'm glad. I hope our games appeal to a lot of people. Nathan Callahan, vote for Zance to help him with vicissitude so one day we can see his war form.
I'm just gonna have an army of not Carlo Martinos, of Murphy Fieros. I'm just gonna call them all to me like some kind of primordial sludge and arm myself in some kind of Murphy Fiero meat titan.
Jesus.
Vasil, you need to give us Eastern Time more love. What can I say? If I want to catch the stream, I have to get up at 6 a.m. Oof, size large, buddy. If we could do better with our scheduling, we 100% would. Dominant927 says the tangents were annoying, but now they are expected and more or less interesting.
I guess we grew on them?
Yeah, I guess they're getting better. Wyatt Marcus votes... Go ahead.
Oh, we have more controlled tangents.
Wyatt Marcus votes for Carlo because he's a vampire daddy now.
I don't like that term.
Vampire dad. Yeah, you have to like buy diapers, so in this case give XP.
Yeah.
Well, here's an interesting one from John Smith. Also, I know that you guys said you don't play with your fans to be fair with your fan base. However, I think you should at least make a one-time exception for Yusuf, because if anyone gets to play, it has to be him. Even if it's for a one-shot or when one of the main crew can't show up, just bring in Yusuf. There are
Okay, I was about to say, like, I already play with Yusuf.
Well, just from the perspective of the channel. That was John Smith. John Smith the Fish said that. There are so many people I want to play with. Like, seriously, for real. I can't make it happen for everybody. And I'm the kind of person where I feel bad about everything. I feel bad about things that are in my control. I feel bad about things that aren't in my control. I feel bad about things other people did. I feel bad about the way people perceive me when they mistakenly perceive me a certain way. I have, what did I say? What's it called? It's like rejection sensitive dysphoria or something. Like, I just feel awful. And if I make an exception for anybody, even if they're paying us or whatever it is, I just know I'm going to feel like a shit no matter what I do. But, so I don't know of another way to be fair other than not running games for people. I know that's not super... What's the word? That's not the answer that I would prefer either, but it's the only way I can do things right now. When my life opens up, which I'm hoping happens very soon, and I'm not constantly running crazy, I'm hoping that I can run something like text-based, sort of like Sanguinius or like a text-based LARP, because that's realistically what it's going to have to be right off the bat. I'm hoping I can bring everybody in on a game, but right now I can't do it, and I apologize. Now, Yorkie, what if we invite some of you to our games? Well, as Xavier just alluded to, some of you guys already do that. Xavier does play in a home game with Yusuf, and so if you guys wanted to do that, I have no issue with that. I'm not going to mandate. I'm actually, a lot of people don't realize this, I'm not the boss of CAFCON. We rule as a septarchy, I guess. We rule by council. CAFCON's kind of a democracy, so I don't tell anybody else what to do. If they want to join your games, they are more than likely, or they're more than welcome to do so. I can't, just because I don't have time, ever. I don't like to think of you guys as subjects, Valernos. I like to think of you guys as friends, but if some people are into the daddy dom thing, I guess.
But if you want to pick up a battle flag and charge with us into battle, that is absolutely your prerogative to choose to do so.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is we need to make con flags, put them in a merch store?
Yeah.
I still think when we have merch, the first thing we should have is a coffee mug, just to go with caffeinated conquest.
Yes.
Dude, yes. Because, I drink everything out of a fucking mug.
Or a horn.
Now that
Like
is an
tonight it's
interesting
rough.
idea, HTG. Have a vote, YouTube, Twitch, Patreon. We try to get elected for one shot. It's not a bad idea on paper. I feel like it could cause resentment if there's somebody that really wants to play with us and they never get the opportunity, or they never get the vote, or they're just not as outgoing, so people don't know them as well. So I'll think about it, but I feel like there's issues that could arise.
You're right. We need to have a lottery. No one can ever complain about that.
And last but not least, Howling Wolf votes for Xance for buying a country. So there was a lot of votes on that one. Let's see. 1 for Xance, 1 for Carlo, 2 for Xance, 2 for Carlo, 3 for Xance. So Xance, you by 1 vote have won the extra XP for episode 15.
One step closer to getting vicissitude and building my Murphy meat army.
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Okay, and I'm not seeing any other chat votes roll in, so it looks like Klaus, you have won the vote tonight.
Oh, okay. Thanks, everybody.
Now I expect you to buy something with that.
I really fucking need to buy shit because
Have you
I'm
not spent
sitting on
XP?
not in a while. I did a while ago to shore up some skills. But skills cost a pittance. So
I'm a fifth of the way there, boys.
I can't
19
wait
more
till
XP, and I'll be able to suck everyone's skills.
but yeah, thanks again.
That's my job, though, Xavier.
I can't wait.
Happy camp.
I can't wait till I get to Protean 3, and I get surrounded by enemies, and they're like, "We have the Venture cornered, Protean Earth meld,"
Fucking dope.
and then an army of ghosts comes out.
Oh,
And I can play a dope ass themes.
I'm gonna have my freaking Aragorn moment in Return of the King. I'm gonna summon an army of the dead.
Meanwhile, like a ballin' blaring soundtrack comes in.
I can see that this is something a lot of people are in favor of. I'm not deaf to that. So like I said, CAFCON is run by democracy. If the guys think it's a good idea and it's something that they want to do, we can absolutely talk about it. I personally, on my own, I can't think of a way to make it super fair for everybody. But I'm open to having my mind changed. I'll put it that way. Anyway, I think it's about time for that ending spiel. So, follow and subscribe. or like, depending on where you are. I've put no thought into this performance. I just try to make it entertaining so the people that are watching on YouTube don't leave. Definitely follow us on social media to know what we're streaming and when. Next week is a little bit up in the air. We don't know if Tom will be able to make it next week either, although we hope so. Next week is usually our video game stream. We'll make something happen. And then the week after that is going to be more Vampire. But you should definitely join the Discord. Listen to the fish. Join the Discord, YouTube watchers, because it's a great time, and we have a lot of great people there, and we have some awesome memes. We have Daestra, who does cool shit all the time. We have Josh, who will teach you things that you never knew you wanted to learn. There's lots of porn constantly. Kinda not joking.
Yeah. Porn wars.
Tell you what, you guys sell them on the Discord. I've done my piece.
Join
There's
the
a lot
Discord.
of weird people there who are just as weird as you in some of the same ways, and that's comforting.
And everyone just likes to talk and chat and hang out and have a good time. And I mean, I normally respond and stuff if you at me, but I mean, I don't know how many people care. I think all of us tend to, you know. It's a great way to, if you have questions or want to know stuff about us or our characters or possible plans or thoughts on stuff, you can hit us up on the Discord and we'll answer.
You know what? I just had an idea for another channel I want to make. I might actually do this one myself if there's no like issues with it.
You should do it.
Well, we should have like a Ask the ST channel.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And like Josh STs too. Xavier, I think you've ST'd WAD at some point.
Yes.
And then, so yeah, because I had the idea the other day because John was asking me for ST advice. I'm like, I bet a lot of other people would like to, have this knowledge. Not saying that I'm, blowing smoke up my ass that I'm the greatest ST ever, because I'm not. But I think if I have enough experience herding cats, so if I can do STing on hard mode with these guys, imagine how I can help you do it with normal people. So I'm thinking maybe I'll start like an ST advice channel in the Discord, and hopefully I can help some people out. In that case, I guess we're done here. What's your thoughts regarding Adam's sheets? They're wonderful. I have a very strong political opinion that's been shouted down in CAFCON multiple times, but I think Adam's characters are always better when Adam makes them. Like, now, Xavier's made some great characters. You haven't seen his weird lolly satyr changeling that has a disturbingly high libido. And that was interesting in an Uki kind of way.
Hey, my daughter.
Okay, now, I gave her innocence. And Adam could just be like, okay, let's see how she reacts to this. And he took it in a completely different direction.
Xavier, you gave the weeaboo innocence, and you didn't expect him to turn into a corruption tag? Really, this is just poor parental oversight.
That's why
Adam made her what she is now.
And his cocaine ninja bomb.
Yeah.
Cocaine smoke bomb was funny as shit.
That was so good.
But I don't think you get the caliber of Carlo Martino unless it comes from Adam's own heart and soul. All right, you beautiful people, we've kept you long enough. I've kept these beautiful people long enough, and it's time for us to be hitting that dusty trail. What about Hans Dupuis? Well, Hans Dupuis isn't playing with us at the moment, but if we can get him back, I would love to have Hans Dupuis happen.
I hate that name so much.
That's why it's so great.
Who made Hans Dupuis?
Bob.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like something Bob would do.
That was his nasty little gremlin thing, right? From Pathfinder?
Yeah, we're just fucking hideous and like dripping pus and loose skin and just...
Jesus. God damn it, Bob. I love you so much. I miss
I had dreams about that character. I'm like, oh, nightmares actually, but yeah.
It's because we recorded a Pathfinder episode with Bob where he just played one of the funniest characters we've ever seen, and the problem was the audio got like super duper asshole corrupted, like unusable. So I had to get rid of it. But the idea was hopefully that Bob would make Hans Dupuy as a Nosferatu and play him in like a Dark Ages game. And Bob, you have an open invitation anytime you want to come back. We love you and we miss you.
I hope he still watches our stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think he watches tabletop, but he might swing in for like HLC.
Maybe. Probably not.
I'm not wrong.
Right, everybody.
Night, y'all.
All right, I love you guys. We're getting the hell out of here. Have a good night.
Sleepy Adams in the chat.